We all have the same medical marijuana doctor.
Yes.
And it's Dr. Shanlate from buddocs.org.
Yeah, you'll have the same doctor, too, when you go and see Dr. Shanlate.
Yeah.
And whether you're a new patient, whether you're an existing patient, whether you're a transfer patient, you can save some money by going and seeing him.
Yeah, you will save money. If you're a transfer patient, it's only $99. That's what I did. It's so easy to transfer. If you go to buddocs.org, you could fill out everything on there. They've got multiple locations, and he does Lake Mary, Hunters Creek, Tampa, and Melbourne.
Yeah, you just jump on the website. You do everything on the web. You click, you make your appointment, you show up. The nurses will already know everything you need to know.
Yeah.
You go meet with them, and then in a matter of minutes...
Yeah, you leave there...
Same-day approval.
Same-day approval with an email, and you can start shopping at dispensaries. Plus, here's the awesome thing about Shanlate, is that when I went there to get my recommendation, because they go every 7 months, and like I said, transfer patients, $99. Right when he approved me, and then immediately he went to his Bud Deals section of his website, and he's got a bunch of different partnerships with all the dispensaries in Florida.
He's also curated every deal that I think is known to man in Florida.
When I left there, he showed me how to save like $200 on edibles. I love edibles. And then he's like,
I love edibles.
He's like, there's 50% off of this deal, whatever. So and you can check it out if you already have your recommendation. Check out his website at buddocs.org and go to Bud Deals, because there's a list of awesome deals there. But if you are a new patient and if you've never been, I'm telling you, he's awesome. He's got a super professional office.
Yeah,
it's just nice.
And it's just quick, yeah. And don't worry about, if you're worried about, am I going to get approved? No, you will. Just go see Dr. Shanlate.
If you don't, you will.
Yeah, you will.
But he'll give you your money back if you're that worried about it. But you'll get approved, and it's an awesome experience. Go get your medical marijuana card or transfer to him. It's buddocs.org.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Moe studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, everybody. It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hey!
Is that a Reba McEntire shirt?
It is.
It's pretty awesome.
Made by Rowdy Roots. Follow them on Facebook and
I know who that is.
Instagram. That's Grift and Jeff's new side project, side hustle.
Why didn't you just call it a grift? It's just Grift and Jeff's newest grift.
It's the newest grift. Get yourself a custom gift from the Queen of the Grift.
There you go. Yeah.
I think your wife is calling right now.
My wife?
All right.
Oh, okay. You want to grab it? Grab it and put her on hold real quick before we'll plug. She doesn't know her time.
I'll just plug, become a BDM if you're not one.
Yeah.
It's our members. This is our 10th year of even...
I can't believe that.
Having the option to, be a BDM. It's how we started this business.
It was a necessary. We built it out in the shadows, and we tucked it away, and then one day came when all hell was breaking loose, and we were fucking flipping out and everything, and Tom's like, we got to do it, pull it! And we called Jeff from DivUps who built it. We're like, pull the switch, we're doing it!
And if you think about it, it's really the only reason this small business that we all are a part of, that we've been able to do this is because of BDMs. Because not only was it our first dollars this company ever made, because when you left radio, we needed something.
Well, the first dollars we did some really bad videos for Moe DeWitt. Really bad.
He buried those.
Yeah. He should bury those. They're horrible.
Shout out Moe DeWitt. He got me my Safe Light monies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you, Safe Light.
Well, don't say that yet. Let's make sure we got everything. That is.
I do.
Is
I
it
got
all,
it.
okay.
Yeah, it's done.
We're about to do a huge pint glass Mo DeWitt promotion.
Okay.
Hashtag TD Watering Hole Moe.
Excuse me?
It's TD slash or
TD
hashtag
Watering Hole Moe.
TD/hashtag.
You are the grossest TD Watering Hole Moe I have ever seen. It sounds like a long form of homo. It's like
Watering mole.
No, it's Watering Hole Moe.
No, I'm not calling somebody a watering homo.
That's terrible.
This is your dumb idea. He's like, hey, I got a great idea. He's doing the no homo.
No, I'm not. It's Watering Hole Moe.
I'm not doing it.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. I can't be a part of this.
It's all.
I'm not your guest.
What
we
is it
have
supposed to
a
mean?
listener sitting in, and he can't even keep a
Why
straight
can't we
face.
switch it to Moe's watering hole?
Yeah, that makes just call it Moe's
Why
hole.
would you say? Oh God.
The Watering Hole Moe.
You didn't put that on the glass, did you? Oh my God. Oh my God.
The glasses say I'm just a watering homo.
Did we put Watering Hole Moe?
They say, this glass says, if you can read this, I'm a watering homo.
No, Watering Hole Moe.
I said that. Watering hole Moe. That's what I'm saying.
They're back, Daniel's got to deliver him the toughies this weekend.
Not if they say that, I'm not.
Anyway.
First thing I'm doing is keeping one for me. I need one.
Anyway, that's a... we haven't...
My wife's going to be mad because I'm running late, and I was supposed to talk to her. She's at a lunch for her old boss.
Anyway, what is it?
Welcome to the
becoming
show,
a BDM. If we're doing...
Do they say watering homos on them?
No.
They do not, thank God. It says watering hole on one side, and then it has just
side.
And then Moe. Watering Hole Moe.
Yeah, I got it now. Watering hole Moe.
Anyway.
Big pause.
So, become a BDM. If you're not, because it's how this company.
You guys are the best. You prop up the company. You're our board of directors. I've heard Tom say that before, but it's true. And lately, a lot of our BDM and OG shows have kind of morphed into us discussing things basically in front of you guys because your opinions matter.
Yeah.
BDM Appreciation Week is we're gonna do it again.
When we record BDM shows every Monday, we look at them like open discussion to our board of directors who are our BDMs.
Yes.
Because we've realized the BDMs are the ones that support our sponsors the most. They're the ones that are getting mortgages from Streamline and buying houses from Barton Crystal, and they're the ones that are using our sponsors and going places and coming to events. And it's rare that I meet people now that are listeners, are into the show and come to the events and are not BDMs.
Correct.
Know?
Yeah.
And you can sign up at tomanddan.com.
And
we're doing an appreciation.
Yeah, we've never branded it like this, but it's much like Rotary or Lions Club or anything like that. It is another form of networking.
Yeah.
And we've never really thought of it because we're dumb, I guess. Why we've never thought that it like
people have changed their businesses.
People have married each other. People have broken up. Hundreds of marriages have been broken up because of the BDM. Hundreds, thousands of people have
created more relationships or ruined more.
I think it's 50-50.
No, they do it. They ruin their own lives, and then I get the email from the mad wife who's like, "You motherfucker," and I'm like, "Well, what did I do?
This is your fault. He was never like this until he became a BDM and got within your."
Raise your hand if you've received more than 5 of those. I have.
I don't get any of them.
I know you don't. And even if you did, you wouldn't even look at them. Should I go to my wife because she's going to get mad?
Okay,
she's at a business dinner. Sorry. Okay, so
is that a business
dinner?
She's at our business meeting. It's or a lunch for her old boss or something. I don't know. She does like real business stuff. She's a member of organizations. She's on the board of directors and does stuff like that. What's fine?
Yeah,
2.
She's a scrummage, right?
Yeah. Hey, Scrummage, can you come in, Scrummage?
Scrum master.
Hello?
Oh, master.
Andrea?
Uh-oh.
I thought you can't say master anymore.
Andrea, did you put your phone down?
She
she's on the
kept
meeting.
Screaming Hole Moe, and she had to put the phone down.
Watering Hole
Hello?
Moe.
If you're on the line, Homo says what?
Oh, how dare you?
I'm going to ruin this.
Moe's pulling back now.
Okay. Call her. Do you have her number?
That will.
I think
just
so.
call her. Just call her. Hopefully she'll call back. But I'll start the story.
Okay.
So there's been a bit of a problem. I know that a couple last week I told the story about how I can't leave Dansby, my West Highland Terrier anymore. I just can't leave him anymore because I love him so much and I like being around him.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not him, it's me.
Well, there's a reason why. If you look at it, like, I know we joke around about people taking advantage of the system and saying this is this dog is for anxiety or whatever.
Yes.
But it's probably because people use their dogs to help their anxiety.
Yeah, but I didn't
that's a real
register
thing.
him as an anxiety dog. I went way further than that.
No. But like,
All right, we got her back. Line one.
Line one. All right.
he does help you with your anxiety, right?
He does.
He's got to.
He does, yeah. And I think even Andrea, can you hear me,
Someone
babe?
to chirp to.
Yeah,
I can.
Okay. Would you agree that Dansby helps me with my anxiety? He is my best friend. I cannot leave him ever again. You know he helps my anxiety. You were not happy when I went without you telling you, and I went and I didn't even get the bottom package. I got like the third tier up. I got the service dog, collar, service dog, leash, vest, tactical patches that are Velcro, just like he tour of duty.
Oh.
He looks no different than any military guy I see.
Yeah. You got the snake.
He got the snake. He got the snake. He got the Biden. Like what? He got all of them. He got all of them. And so okay, here's what happened. So I told you guys on the show that I had no intention whatsoever of using this out. It was just I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
And I told Andrea I was just fucking around.
That's a costly fucking around, but okay.
Wow.
Ooh, how much did it cost?
Oh, yeah. You
It's
should
like $230.
you should see the Tom and Dan
Just
fucking around.
fucking around.
You should see our fucking around files.
If I ever
Fucking around
showed
files.
Andrea how I
we fuck
organize
around?
this business, or even how
No.
if showed her my computer, she
I thought you were
would
going to say
faint.
show her your penis or something.
She would faint.
Please no.
You'll see it one day. Okay, so I had no intention of ever using this. I had no intention of this ever being in play. This is an adult joke. This is satire. This is, hey,
I'm the one that told you go ahead and get it. It's funny.
but we're fucking around. Well, I didn't think that, May is very helpful, whereas, we do have polar opposite children, whereas you say your boys don't want to do anything.
Oh,
my
nothing.
daughter's got her ass in everything. For instance, she likes doing things around the house. She'll feed the dogs. She'll water the dogs. She'll walk the dogs. She'll also go and get the mail. I didn't anticipate on her going and getting the mail. Well, this dumb shit company that I ordered from addressed it to Dansby Dennis. So when Maisie got the mail, there's this package that says Dansby Dennis on it, and then I hadn't told Andrea about it, so Andrea just had her start opening it up, and then Maisie...
the return address said dogs or something about dogs.
USA Dog Registry. It's the USA Dog Registry.
BarkBox or something.
Yeah, Andrea thought it was like BarkBox. There's one of these things. Well, then Maisie opens it up, and there's all this stuff, and then there's a certificate with Dansby's photo on all this stuff, and then Maisie starts thinking, she's like, he's been chosen by the state. Maisie now thinks, she's like, well, why did we get all this? And then she's like, well, Dansby's this now. So she starts telling. I come home, she's got the fucking lanyard on. He's got the collar.
She's got the lanyard on the dog tag. He's got the collar on. She's got the leash
and she won't
on
take it off because she's like, he is a service dog. And I'm like, baby, he's not. I ordered this as a joke. But I can't explain this type of fucking around joke. How do you explain a level of like satirism or just fucking
You can't, because you've told your daughter since she was born, Dennis's do not lie.
Dennis's don't lie.
Dennis's do not lie. And so...
Except this one.
I don't know why he said that.
What? When did that become a rule?
Yeah. No, but it's always been a rule. Dennis has never lied. That's always been the thing.
Lie, though. It's the ultimate lie.
Yeah. That's when they start eating its own tail.
Yeah, and she can't, like, she is telling us she is convinced that the state of Florida or wherever, once
she thinks the state of Florida, she thinks DeSantis hired him. He's like, I need one more run, Rambo, and DeSantis called him Dansby.
Oh, you should get him 4 little white boots.
He's already got. He was born with 4 little white boots. But anyway, yeah. So now I have the biggest.
I like the idea of DeSantis taking a Miller Lite bottle and then placing it on your shoulders like.
No, so here's what happened. Here's where it got real bad. She took it to school. She took the lanyard and wore it to school.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
That's stolen valor.
She wanted to call my dad. She wanted to call everybody and tell them that Dansby is now a
She
service
puts the vest on him, the leash on him, the collar on him, and then she puts her lanyard on him, and then she holds him as if she's on patrol. And then take a picture of me. Take a picture of me.
You got to get some braces or something.
The lanyard dog tag reminds me of like Dog the Bounty Hunter's like fake.
It very is. It's very Dog the Bounty Hunter. It is.
So Dog the Bounty
Hunter. It only needs. It even came with one. You know how Dog the Bounty Hunter wore his star on a leather wallet around a small chain, right? To make it look more like I do.
What
this
is that star?
I don't know. Well, this has one of those. It came with a metal chain into a little package, and then there's a little silver, like it looks like not a star, but like a medallion, and it says "Service Dog."
Oh, you wear that like a detective?
She does. Maisie does.
No.
So yesterday,
This is not good, dude.
Yesterday, he had the service dog collar on, and I forgot, and I had to go walk down to your bank that you already had so many issues with.
Oh, because he can't go back in?
Oh, I can never go in the bank. I showed my ass in the bank. I can never go back in.
You're going to send your wife to the bank?
No, she was going for something else.
With the service dog.
I had to go get tooth fairy money. And so I'm walking down there, and I look down, and he has a service dog collar. I was like, really hoping I didn't see somebody.
This is causing all kinds of problems.
I had to explain that away.
Yeah.
Although this used to be a thing that only rich people did.
Well, now poor people do it, regular people, and then crazy people.
But then it transitioned into trashy people. But at a time, then like 2008, I feel like only the rich did this. So
Didn't Tiffany do it?
Yes,
she did.
Don't talk about it. She's a businesswoman now. Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Where you found the loophole, and it probably was more expensive back there.
That's the thing. If any parents have any good ways of me explaining to Maisie about, because I was trying to, then I started doing what you do. You know how you over-explain to your boys, like every time you're driving to school, you start explaining to them about,
He explains to everybody.
But he's always like, this is how mummies are made, or, your subconscious is this, boys. He's telling them all this weird stuff. Like, so I'm trying to explain to Maisie what a loophole is, or how Daddy was just joking, and she's like, well, that's not funny. That's what she said.
Not wrong.
And I go, but
you registered him as a service animal.
Yeah. She's like, that's not funny. And I go, well, I guess you're right. Maybe you're right. Okay, is everybody fucking against me?
Well, I let you handle that one because I'm like Tom. I would like totally over-explain, and then she's going to look at me like I'm a crazy person. So I just said, this is on you, buddy.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. You're at your business lunch now. Are you late for it?
No, I just stepped out, but yes, I'm going to go back in.
Okay.
But, this is on you, buddy.
Okay, I'll fix it somehow. Mm-hmm. I love you.
I'm going to go home, and she's going to put it back on him. So.
Yeah, she switches the collars out now, too. If we put the regular collar on him, she'll just take it off and put the service dog collar. And it's a bright orange, like orange road cone orange with service in white that reflects. It's pretty awesome, actually. It's a nice collar. Quality collar. I love you. Bye.
I love you. Bye.
Most problems I ever have, I found that you could just ignore them, and then they eventually just fade away.
I like the collar, though. Yeah. It's a nice collar. The leash, it's quality. The vest is a little big on him. I bought him his vest is a little too big. But I'll put some pictures up at tomanddan.com so you guys can see my service pod.
Well, things that start off as show jokes end up being serious, like Seth's girlfriend's OnlyFans.
Yeah, is that gone?
It is gone. It is gone.
Yeah,
I know.
I never got the link.
Yeah, I know it's gone because I went to find it again.
And then months later, you're like, I wonder if this is still going on. Anyway, then it becomes real.
Yeah, good thing I saved those photos.
Anyway, so...
No, I didn't. I would never do that. Would never do
he
that.
did that.
Yeah, I do. I would never do that.
Dennis is never lied?
No, I would never do that. I would never save a person's photos. I would never do it.
Well, you paid for it. Anyway.
But you're not allowed to save them, right? Isn't that the rule with OnlyFans? If you buy OnlyFans...
I think it's all
you're not allowed
different.
to share.
I don't think...
You can't share. You can save it for your own. You paid for it, right?
Yeah, you paid for the content.
You should be able to...
okay, I guess you're right.
You're not supposed to share it on the internet. You could save it for yourself, right?
Okay, yeah. I see that a little bit.
There should be...
That's like, when your wife sends you a nude pic, that's for you. You're not supposed to share that with your friends.
My wife has never sent me a nude
Or when your
pic.
friend is breastfeeding and they send a picture, you're not supposed to, screenshot it and then send it to all your friends.
When people are breastfeeding, they send each other photos of their big old titties.
That was on the internet. It was on the internet.
I don't remember.
The whole
I do remember
the friend,
that.
It was on the internet. I'm just sharing what's on the internet.
OnlyFans is on the internet.
Yeah, but that was behind a paywall. I understand. Like it's like BDM.
Yeah.
Our BDM shows are on the internet, but it's behind a paywall.
Exactly.
Anyway.
That's why I didn't think you were allowed to download it, but I'm wrong.
So we went to the Arnold Palmer Invitational yesterday.
Man, that was amazing. Thanks to Cavender, his entire team, everybody in the marketing department at the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. That's one of the best events we've ever talked about.
Just seeing how incredible of the
massive event.
The infrastructure they build there and how big it is.
It's like the whole goddamn town.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
It's crazy. But
everybody gets an umbrella.
You know what I learned from that event yesterday?
We're going to find out about that.
Yeah, you know what I learned yesterday is that scaffolding on its own is disgusting. But for some reason, if you wrap it in all white, shiny white, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, if you wrap scaffolding in just white vinyl, I'm like, look at that. That looks amazing.
Well, it's like folding chairs at weddings. Like you just cover on it. You just put that white cover on it. You're like, this is a nice chair. It's just
look at that nice chair.
This is the same chair that a wrestler hits each other over the head with. Anyway, so we go out there, and I made a couple mistakes. One of them...
Well, we got a couple people in the chat room that are going out there tomorrow.
Okay,
guys,
it's sold out.
Listen to it.
Yeah,
so they already got
but
tickets.
Have fun.
They already got tickets. But hey, remember, listen to what Tom's saying right now about his mistakes, and don't make the same ones.
Okay.
We can help you out right now.
Step one.
I did feel fancy though, getting picked up in the media parking lot
was nice.
with golf carts, and then
cool.
being limoed over to the White Claw fan deck. So, but anyway, Daniel did mention, he's like, anybody want to wear sunscreen? I am horrible with this, by the way.
And I said to you both, you two probably should.
I had sunscreen on.
What?
I put some on.
Honestly,
before I left. I was golfed out, y'all. I had on golf head to toe.
That's the reason I did, because I was
thought you were going to be a pussy because I told you to put sunscreen on.
You didn't want a woman telling you what to do.
No, Sam made fun of, I was like, well, you guys.
I naturally tan beautifully.
Sam's like, Sam's not putting sunscreen on, so then I was about to say,
I'll take some.
I was like, well, Sam's not doing it, I'm not doing it. I don't
my God, get over it, man.
I don't want to show her how weak me and Daniel are putting the sunscreen on.
I put it on
baby
at home
face.
so you'd have to see me.
Yeah, you could have hid in the bathroom and put it on.
No,
you're supposed to put it on an
I don't
hour.
have anything.
You're supposed to put it on an hour prior to being in the sun, so it actually works.
I put it on right before I jump in the ocean.
Rip it right off.
Like as
Every
I'm in the air.
Every big fat slob on Carnival Cruise, they rub it on their face and then they jump in the water.
Yeah, this rainbow on me.
So stupid.
So anyway,
I was trying to help you guys, not shame you.
Yeah. Well, when you said I don't have to do it, I like you can't be tougher than me.
It's nothing to do with
That's a
tough.
rule on TNT Media. Butler tried to challenge me multiple times.
Yeah. You saw that worked out. We flocked that motherfucker's shoes. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to grab your phone any minute now.
And anyway, so we get there. We got ushered there. And
I thought you said Usher was there.
He's grooming me.
Yeah.
Man, they put the media parking all the way in the back.
Yeah, well,
They said, fuck the media.
I mean, if you're paying premium price, do you want to be all the way where the media's at? Probably not.
Also, most media are big fat slobs that eat all your food.
Yeah.
So
make them walk to earn those hot dogs. Fat slobs.
All they do is they go and eat all the food you provided for them, and then they just meander around. Yeah. And then they're like, not so good.
These golfers are terrible, and your hot dogs are cold.
And I'm like, this place paid us. I'm going to say only good things. But it was good.
Well,
anyway.
it was easy because that's
awesome. Fancy event.
Probably the nicest VIP area, like paying for a specialty ticket, for the $100 price tag of that ticket. I was like, holy shit, this is like the nicest thing you can get.
Anyway, we get there and immediately we see some BDMs and they're like, look at, they're drinking. We saw Tommy
drinking these white.
I did take video of you two smashed together on the cart with Cavender as I'm behind you.
Yeah, I'm like tiny in the middle.
Why did you... Why? I found it odd that you two chose to ride together. That's all.
Well, I didn't want to do it to you.
In the back, there was one that had 4 seats. One of them had 4 seats, and then he didn't want to sit on the back.
Okay,
because he's like Tony Soprano. He never puts his back to the door.
No, where there's 3 of us, and they came to pick us up. 2 people on 2-seater golf carts.
No,
right?
One of them had a 4-seat in the back.
Did they?
I don't think so.
No,
the lady said 2 can ride with him and 1 can ride with me.
I thought one of them had a back, and I wondered why none of you guys were doing it.
No, it didn't have a back. If it had a back, I would have been so awkward. But I looked at it, and they were like, who wants to ride with who? And then I saw...
It looked like 2 dads and their son.
Yeah, and I'm sitting in the center like you guys are dropping me off at the skating rink before you go to Home Depot.
It was another person who worked for Arnold Palmer, and it was a woman. Yeah. And then I figured, well, I'm not going to...
You didn't want her to seduce you, so you had me ride with her.
No, I'm not going to go and then just smoosh into...
You're going to be too close to my muscles. I'll be elbowing your titties. No, you didn't want to elbow that lady's titties.
So I sent Sam with her, and then I squished in with me and Dan.
I should have squished in between 2 of you guys because you both had big titties, and I would have been sitting in the center with big old titties all over me.
She listens to the show, but
come on.
We'll cut that part out.
Anyway, so I
beautiful.
I did have to do that
Lovely
move where
woman. You guys look so awkward.
I was like, I had
sent
no
the videos
room.
to Melissa
and
before
my
she got
hips
them.
are all fucked up, so I'm trying to to squish my hips in it. I'm like trying to sit like a soldier.
I should have just rode on the back, but I realized that was very juggalo. With a fancy
stand on the back
and untuck your dress shirt. You untuck your dress shirt like a juggalo would. Oh, good thing I'm out of court.
I sit on the hood. Anyway.
Hey.
We got there and we immediately started drinking cannon charges.
Man.
They have the biggest White Claws I've ever seen.
High noon.
Big
Like
24 ounces.
We started drinking the big 24s.
And then you did something I do not understand why you did this. Tom goes up.
It was noon.
The first thing Tom does is we get our cannon charges and we all get one of our cheers and then we record. Well, no, the first thing we do is get our cannon charges and then you run over to a food truck and you're like, 4 of your largest cheesesteaks, please.
You guys wanted to split one. I was just like, just get your own cheesesteak.
They did bully us into ordering more cheesesteaks.
It was good, though.
It was good. It was too much food.
Because I'm trying to be, we're at this fancy event, everybody's rich everywhere, and we're like, well, share a cheesesteak. We're like, whatever everybody wants.
I hate that misconception because it's like, sometimes you don't want to eat a full cheesesteak and fries. You just want half.
It was too much food. I didn't eat one of my fries. It was too much fries. It wasn't cheap.
People at restaurants look at you crazy too when you split a meal or split. I love doing that. It's not that.
I can do it in a food truck. I don't like doing it out because I do feel judged. I do.
Oh, you'll get judged.
You have to eat half of it and throw the rest away.
Yeah, and I split stuff all the time.
And I hate the move. I hate is they're like, "Can we have an extra plate? We're poor." I don't like that. I don't want to say that to people.
Anyway,
it bothers me.
And let's just say, when I got home, I didn't wear sunscreen. I burned my face bright daily red.
Well, here's the other thing:
Rogan red face.
We sat out there for I don't know how long we were out there,
Hours.
but then instead of when I was like, "Hey, maybe you should hit up Cavender to get us back to the parking spots," you're like, "No, we'll walk." It was so far.
It was like a 9-mile walk.
Yeah, we're walking through like the front yards.
I was trying to get my Tesla to come.
I don't want to bother him.
I couldn't get any service out there.
Yeah, there's no service.
Now he is a beanie. He probably would have been glad to pick us up, but I felt like
bigger things to handle. I would imagine, right?
This goes back to my shoes comment. I don't want to call Cavender and then ask him like, "Hey, can you pick us up? We don't want to walk to our car. We want to be picked up again."
I don't wear shoes very often. I'm
pretty sure he told us to hit him up when we were ready.
Yeah, but I don't want to bother him.
That's not what he meant. Tom knows.
Yeah, that's what when I say like, "Hey, anything you want," I don't mean it.
Oh yeah, thanks Ryan for sending me a case of Red Bull.
And then when you want something, I'm like, God damn.
But they want it.
They want the world.
Yeah, I say that as nicely.
As we were walking back, though, we did discover that both rich people and poor people will lend out their yards for people to park in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
It's weird seeing a
mansion.
Like they were talking about this like a $1.8 million mansion across from Bay Hill Golf Course, and then their entire front yard is like
filled with Escalades.
Yeah, but
all Escalades.
And then we were talking like, I wonder, did this person charge people to park here, or are this all their friends?
I saw a little of both. I saw one where the guy was charging, and I saw one where it didn't. It seemed like he just called his bros. The one thing I didn't see, and I was
messing up their grass.
You know what I thought would be cool is that and Sam pointed this out when you're looking on our hole. I believe we're on the 16th hole. When you're leaving, you can see all of their umbrellas have the Arnold Palmer like logoed umbrella.
Yeah, a lot of the residents had that, and me and Sam were talking about. I wonder if they gave them out to the residents that lived on the course.
It looked great
as like hey, this will brand even more of the outsider. Like,
can you imagine? It had to
have, because we saw dozens of them.
Yeah, on the final day though, can you imagine on one of those poolside houses just floating in the pool watching golf?
Yeah,
that'd be so fun.
Although like nowadays, you get red face sunburn and you day drink. It is rough at night.
I hadn't done that in the middle.
Especially like Crystal was like, "You haven't done," because I got home and I was like,
I sat on the couch until I passed out for a second.
I forced myself to work out, and then I was really destroyed. And then I was sitting on the couch.
But I heard you got a great workout, right?
Well, I punished myself to work out. Sunburned.
I went home and mowed my fucking lawn.
Yeah. I mean, not to say this. I used to work out drug all the time. It's the best shape of my life. I think you should do the Dan workout.
You haven't done shit to help me with the boys. Then I'm like, I feel like garbage.
Yeah, the sun plus the
sun will drain you.
The sun just zapped us, man. Like I was dead. Like after we did all of that, I was like, but I will tell you right now. we've advertised a lot of events, a lot of our own events, but that $100 ticket for that White Club Party Deck is the best. It's probably the best value in sports that I've seen in a minute because of everything that you get. And everybody's so nice. The bar, the bathrooms are air conditioned. I just sat in there for
a while.
So, not to jump total topics, but I know that we've been listening to the Murdaugh trial
by proxy because I got it on The Office.
Sam's been listening to it every day, and then I've been absorbing it, which is funny because
I hated
have been more paranoid.
And then I got pulled into it.
I'm not joking. Like now, when I leave here, I'm
looking around for people killing you.
No, I'm crossing the street, and then I'm like, "What is that person?" And then just walking down the sidewalk.
You got it.
And then I get in and then I'll take it out the trash, and then I'll looking around.
Yeah.
Be somebody's going to kill you?
Be familiar with your surroundings.
Somebody's going to shoot you by the kennels?
You've been listening to a murder trial for, how long has it been going on?
It was like 25 days total.
25 days straight. I'm paranoid.
Yeah.
So it just finished today before the show started. Yeah.
Well, the verdict came in last night, and the sentencing was today. Yeah.
And then me and Sam watched the sentencing happen. Although, I wonder what the judge, because the judge went on this long speech before.
Yeah,
boring.
And we were.
I loved it.
Just say it. Like, what do you believe?
Out with it,
he was shaming the shit out of him. I liked it.
Why are you trying to this guy?
It probably meant something to you, but I bet it meant nothing to who it needed to mean to. You know what I mean?
I think he's also doing it for the families, the victims, and he wanted this guy to actually admit what he did and take some goddamn accountability.
It's an emotional thing for sure, but I don't think the guy that needed to hear it cared at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he was the one being shamed.
There's nothing there. I know, but there's nothing there. It's literally it's like telling a shark he's a bad person. It's like nothing there.
So when did this whole thing even start? Was it years ago?
Yeah, I think the boat crash was in 2019.
Gotcha. So this is like pre-pandemic going through all the way. Then the finale is now.
I just can't get over the fact that when anybody with natural red hair is supposed to be somebody horrible,
and pitch black eyes. My God,
I can't see it because you're too funny. I just can't take it seriously. I can't look at you.
Also, when you know. He's not a stupid man, right? And he was a solicitor for years. But, when you get on the stand and you start going paw and row and shim sham flam, it's like, come on, man. I know you're from South Carolina, but don't talk like a goddamn hillbilly.
I bet his lawyer told him to do that.
For sure.
To endear himself to the goddamn jury.
But everybody just made fun of him for it.
Root yourself into
the internet did. But the lawyer's like, you better say something.
You better get up there and peep-paw me all your ass off.
Yeah, they'll think maybe, I don't know.
I love paw.
It looks bad.
You better get up there and peep-paw.
Yeah, you gotta say some peep-paws because you are going to jail forever. I think they had to have known, right? Their own lawyer, this ain't gonna end well.
Yeah, they were at the murder scene the night of the murder. Why would your lawyers be there?
Yeah, because you're like, hell!
Exactly.
That's when you got good lawyers, I want a lawyer.
Well, not that good because they lost the case.
I want a lawyer that shows up to my murder scene. It helps me out.
Yeah.
That's a good lawyer.
I know that we're all, this is supposed to be, you're innocent until proven guilty society, and you should know your rights and all that. But when you request your lawyer, you're guilty.
Normally.
And that's why the system works when you know it, because you don't say shit. And so as soon as you request your lawyer, now you should do it even if you're innocent and it looks bad.
Well, people don't.
Yeah, but they don't. They just
people
start
that are
talking
only guilty do it.
Yeah.
You're right, but it's it is a tell for maybe not 100%, but it's a 98.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
When you refuse the breathalyzer, drunk. Because if you're not drunk, just take it and go home. You're gonna fucking sit in jail for a night because of your goddamn. This is my right.
But my favorite with the breathalyzer is when they just put it in your mouth. And you refuse to blow when you're doing it. They had this little, on that live, what is it? On Patrol, I guess that's what it's called now. They had this little guy on there. He's like a little Mexican guy. And they kept putting the breathalyzer in his mouth. And they're like, blow, 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 blow. I got nothing. We got to do this. Blow, 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 blow. You're going to have to blow, sir. You got to blow
harder.
Blow harder. Blow, blow, blow. God damn. And he's like getting mad the whole time. And the guy's just putting it in his mouth, taking it out.
Either that or he's a genius, because then you can go back in court and say, like, I was blowing. It was a malfunction of the equipment.
I'm the best at blowing.
Because then you'd have to prove, and then it says, like, his word against the, and it's like, well, did you service the equipment? I mean,
Right.
You need a bunch of outs. Just create some outs for you.
Yeah.
That'll help you.
Or just run away as fast as you can. Don't do
Sometimes
that.
it works.
You probably get shot.
All right.
Tased, something like that. You can take a break?
Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to tell you about the joys of being an old man, because I experienced it for one night this week, and Daniel's been telling me how awesome it is for years.
For many years.
And I've been trying to resist it. But
interesting hearing you walk yourself through this tale. I'm excited to hear this. The name of the band is the Rural Alberta. What is this? The Rural Alberta. I can't even see it. The name of the song is Plague Dogs. Sorry. We'll be back. Look it up. It's on our Spotify playlist. There are two shacks that I like. Big Fat Basketball Shaquille O'Neal Shack and Drive Shack.
Yep, it's Drive Shack in Lake Nona. It's a multi-level driving range.
3 levels. The third level. You guys took me up to the third level.
Yeah.
And I'm
we
playing
went there.
video game. It's video games, guys.
Yeah, I mean, the driving range is immaculate, is awesome. Plus, their technology, their ball tracking technology is better. Like, I'm telling you, I've been to other
TrackMan
of these
tracking
places.
technology.
Yeah.
It is. It's better, and people love it.
I bring my sons, and they can't hit it that far, and they have fun, and they can hit it far enough for to play all the games.
You can play darts. You can play skee balls. You can just whack.
There's a monster.
You can eat. You can just whack the balls as hard as you can.
Yeah. Full service bays, great food, full bar, great beers and alcohol.
Yeah.
It's a great time with your family if you want some dad fun, and also let the kids have fun.
Yeah.
Have some beers.
Their
eat
leagues
some
are
food.
going on right now. In fact,
Tommy Gilligan is in their winter league. Yeah. So they, just how they have bowling leagues, they got Drive Shack leagues. So you go there with your team.
Just an excuse to get away from your family.
Exactly. And plus, if you're into golf, this is perfect for you, because not everybody's into bowling and it stinks.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to bring clubs either. You go there, they've got everything you need. The drinks, the food, the golf clubs, and the state-of-the-art TrackMan tracking technology.
Yeah.
Drive Shack's where it's at, man.
Great for birthday parties.
Yes.
The managers of BDM, talk to them.
Yeah. Tell them we said hey.
It's driveshack.com.
That's a quick back.
Yeah.
We're back. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. So it dawned on me because my buddy Logic Man Andy's here. How you doing, Andy?
Yeah. We put Andy's microphone on here.
When he came in and we were hugging, I was like,
whoa.
I was like,
I didn't know you hugged men.
I didn't either. I didn't know. Write that down, Sam.
I was like, when's the last time we've seen each other?
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw Andy.
And it was pre-pandemic in like 2019, and then I was like, I bet a lot of people are experiencing that, especially this year, where like they haven't seen friends and family since before the goddamn pandemic, and it's been freaking 3 years. And it's like, damn, man, 3 years before you'd seen friends and family.
Well, it would normally be like between 6 and 9 months for most people when you get
into a cycle of like you see people, even as once a year you see friends and family, and then the pandemic screwed all that shit up, and then everything stopped, and then it takes a while to get everything back going again.
100% true.
And then, so how's it going, Andy?
It's going well, thank you.
Very good to see you, man.
You guys as well. Good to be here.
Every time I go in the bathroom, I see you. The last thing you wrote on our wall was the percentage of Skeens fluid to pee.
What did I write?
You wrote
squirt.
Yeah. Well, squirt is pee. We've talked about that.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to revisit that.
And you wrote the actual percentages of Skeens fluid to piss that would be in a woman's bladder.
Oh, now it's a whole internet thing that lots of people talk about. It's like the standing and wiping.
Yeah, we were there like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a pioneering wave.
I've been telling you guys it's pee, and it's 100% pee.
So, real quick, as I told you, I'd tell the being an old person for one day story.
Well, it's good that Andy's here because nobody he knows you really well. So it's always good to have somebody that knows you pretty well to hear about the things that you do.
But also, out of all of our friends, Andy is the youngest, there's the youngest life.
He has a young man's life. He does have a young, when I look at him, that's a young man's life.
And I watch it as a skydiving and then like a nomad lifestyle.
Yeah, he's always had like a young man's life.
Yeah. There's one drop zone to another drop zone, living in your camper.
And I don't even know your age. I honestly don't know your age. It's like you defy age to me because like I always assumed, like I'll tell you, I always assumed that you were either my age or close, but then I never, like once I hung out with you, I was like, nah, he's way younger.
Because of his life, anyway. So and I'm always trying to fight being an old man.
I didn't think you were. I didn't think it would bother you. And sometimes I'm starting.
Are you kidding me? With all his challenges,
I know, but he always says, he says, "I'm not doing that because of that," which I guess is just a lie. Okay,
Dennis has never lied. Vance only lied.
I lie to you guys all the time.
Onlylies.com over there.
It's almost all of what I say.
I think we'll just call the show onlylies.com.
And so anyway, I just don't like the idea of getting old. I mean, like I could be.
Nobody likes
well, like Andy, you're not married, right?
I'm not married.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, check one huge, the mega box.
I know.
Of keeping yourself young. Don't get married.
Don't have kids.
Do you have any kids? No pets.
This guy's living the life. He's free.
I have to have my pet. I'm a service dog now, for Christ's sake.
Were those your ducks in the movie?
They are. Yeah, those were my ducks in the movie.
Oh, you got a duck man.
That's real.
Don't let this motherfucker.
It's like your pop-pop.
Because you're like, I got no pets. And Tom's like, hold on a second. He's got ducks. He's an old motherfucker.
I saw him in your movie. I was like, those are Andy's ducks. I didn't know his ducks.
Wait a minute. Your granddad had cranes.
Yeah.
He had cranes, right?
They're wild cranes.
Wild cranes. Wild cranes.
Anyway, so...
oh, my God.
Back to
what do you feed your ducks?
Well, I don't have them anymore. But.
Oh, my God. All right. That's how you stay young. That's how you stay young. You Murdaugh your ducks. You pow. You blow their heads off at the kennel.
So, it was me and Crystal's 15-year wedding anniversary.
I thought you were saying it's me and Crystal's 15-year-old sister. Or something I didn't know about. I didn't know where you were going with this.
So it was our anniversary this week.
Man.
And then Crystal always wanted to go to some place called Enzo's on the Lake.
Why are you laughing?
We're going to Enzo's on the Lake. He gave me a rose, and then later we're trying anal.
And I sent it to my husband. I was like, I want to go here.
Yeah,
Enzo's on the Lake.
And we've always driven past it or whatever. She's like, I want to go there.
When you get in there, they're like, oh, did you make a reservation?
Yeah,
will you be trying all 3-tiered seafood platter?
And then so like I put down a button-down shirt.
I saw it was too big. It's too big on you. You look like a juggalo.
You got to get some new shirts.
I don't got it.
Because she had a picture of you from the back.
Since I've been fat.
She had a picture of you from the back. Does this go into the story?
No, this has nothing to do with this.
What about, because in her story, the last picture is you standing at like a wall of socks at Eckerd's. Am I not supposed to tell that?
Yeah. Okay.
Am I not supposed to tell that?
You know what's funny? I forgot about the socks.
No, I didn't forget about it because there's a picture of Tom.
You're at like Ross Dress for Less?
He's standing there in an oversized dress shirt.
It was pretty funny.
It's funny. And I started cracking up. You look like a kid going to court.
We go there. We go to Enzo's, and I'm not joking.
No, it's not Enzo's.
What's it called? I'm talking about Enzo's on the Lake.
Thank you. On the lake. You can't say it without that. It's like Coco Beach.
We are the youngest people there by 30 years. I'm not joking. I thought we were old. And so it is an old person hangout. It's great. But, and then it's like, it's got the haunted bar. It's like the...
I love a haunted bar.
Oh, my God.
I love a haunted
Double Dad, who's like basically my age, is saying his parents used to go there for their anniversary.
I know.
It's like going to Linda's La Cantina, right?
And then we sat down there, and I
love that place too.
I wore my glasses the whole time.
I saw that. There's a picture of Tom with his glasses.
Looking at the menu.
We ordered drinks, and then we had
we'll try the calamari.
And then we walked out to the back deck, and then
had a cigarette, bumped a cigarette of an old man.
No, looked at the sunset. It's slowly, like everything was slow.
You gotta take some time, man. Slow down and enjoy life.
Look at that so
quiet.
nice.
Everybody was polite to us.
Great.
When when we were walking to Publix, Tom said the waitress was like the nicest. Like,
because they're used to deal with old people, so they're they talk slowly.
But you said that they explained everything, and then I laughed because they explained everything to old people because old people can't do shit. They're fucking dumb and they're old and they're dying.
Slowly because they can't hear.
Exactly, and you need that now.
And then so we had a delightful dinner. I got the sea bass.
You got the scrod. You got a baked sea bass over a risotto.
Yeah. Ate the sea bass, and then I had
the sea bass is dry.
Some drinks. Got shit faced.
Yeah, he said he got old.
He went to an Italian spot and got margaritas.
He drank sea bass. He was eating sea bass, and he drank like 9 Jimmy Buffett El Presidentes.
And then we went to Target, and I bought socks because
you got socks after dinner.
Yeah.
What were you wearing at dinner?
No, because I told Crystal, I was like, I've been wearing the same socks for days.
They were going to go dancing, so she took him to get some after dinner socks.
And then they were a big baloney shirt. And then I'm like, I had a delightful old man night.
You're lean now. You need a better shirt cut for you.
I don't. Where am I supposed to get that? I don't know.
You were at Target.
You look like a big Gangrel. You look like a big Dracula on.
Anyway,
so you like a good old man dinner?
It was. I was like, there are some benefits about being an old man. Just everything's slow. People are polite to you.
I told you. I used to go to Winnie's with my Winnie's is an older Chinese restaurant here in Orlando that I used to go to all the time with Andrew. We'd be the youngest people in there. It was awesome. You'd get like the young waiter. He'd know you're young, so he was like cool, and he'd like talk to you. Yeah, it was awesome. I like another place I used to go to. Older Italian places are probably the cliche, and they're better.
Yeah.
But there used to be
an old place too.
Lido's. You remember Lido's?
Yeah.
There used to be a place.
Wasn't that a strip club?
There was a Lido strip club,
okay.
but in Orlando there was this little Italian restaurant over, I want to say, in the Edgewater area, and it was called Lido's, and it was awesome, but one day they needed an Einstein bagel, so
it's sad because it seems like, this style restaurant, it's only a matter of time before someone redoes it, or like they can't make the margins, but it's like frozen in time restaurant that like these
fakes, silk plants,
but
everywhere.
But it's nice. I'm like, but it is like a old person's place. Me and Crystal, we were like, let's do this every anniversary and come here, and hopefully we're like real old one day.
Die at Enzo.
Die on the lake.
Die at Enzo.
Out by
Dead Zo's on the lake.
Yeah, just push right into the lake.
I was smoking a cigarette back there.
Yes, back to cigarettes.
Checking his gambling or whatever.
So, Andy, I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about your
spring something on him.
No, your life, because I've known Andy for over 25 years, since high school, basically. It's college and all that, and all of our Miami friends know each other and
I don't know if all of our newer listeners, I mean, most BDMs would know Andy as Logic Man. I don't know if you're a new listener, if you're an ACT only, or maybe you're just now a BDM. You may not know Logic Man was pretty much a staple on the show early on with Grizz.
Yeah.
We'd have Grizz in here. We'd have Logic Man pop by.
But everybody, all of our friends, and you saw it on the camping trip,
I did.
That everybody got a family, got old.
Yeah.
Everybody turned old.
Everybody's old.
And then did the stereotypical, married family.
No, this is not Baloney Andy. See, the chat room's all confused. This is why I knew we had to clarify. This is not Baloney Andy. This is Logic Man Andy.
So,
Andy Treehorn.
I feel like I'm more recent and relevant than Baloney Andy. How do they remember him?
Well, he comes up. Baloney Andy comes up a lot. He comes up a lot.
What about Baloney Joe?
They don't know Baloney Andy. Andy, you went opposite, and most people fall into the. They call it the American dream. Andy's life seems more like a dream, an awesome dream.
Like he's still got dreams.
Like
I have no more dreams.
I'm just doing what everybody's doing. It's the same shit.
I'm doing the stand-up.
You fell into the dumb traditions.
Yeah. No, I know. I did the, now I'm just like going through the motions.
2 kids, a wife, you're going to Enzo's on the
regular sheeple.
Enzo's on the water, 1 cigarette, and die.
So, Andy, tell me about your year. Because I know that you travel around a lot. You travel the world. You're skydiving everywhere.
Is that all you do?
What
You just travel the world skydiving?
That's what I meant. Yeah, like banging different skydive bunnies in different
you
places.
Just bang
Skydive bunnies.
in
Well,
different
the drop
places.
zone bunnies, or whatever they call them. They probably call them a different thing anyway. But Andy knows what he's talking about.
No, I mean that is a perfect description.
Yeah,
but although I've never heard it utilized that way, no, but that's accurate.
Drop zone bunny.
And he goes from one drop zone to another, and then and
just
then,
a trail of condoms.
and then he leaves town, and then he leaves them behind.
I'm a drifter, baby. I'm a drifter, you drop zone bunny. I don't stay in place for very long.
And then
sky's the limit.
The only part about
Later,
your life
babe.
I don't like is the straight edge part where you don't do drugs or drink. Because I'm like, so boring. Like,
I can only imagine it.
I want to be the drunk guy at the drop zone.
I want to
with
be
the bunnies.
making a drop zone bunny high as fuck on Percocets. Blast it out
die
of my
fast.
mind. Yeah, blast it out of my
You
mind.
die fast.
Well, you can
Andy's
see
going to be the old man at the drop zone.
And
Still
he'll look
making the
good,
money.
but he looks really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I got all the alcohol and the drugs beating up my skin.
So how do you plan it out? You just like you chase, but also it's the surfing too. Like you chase the swell around the world.
Oh my God, wait a minute.
Swell bunnies.
You're describing Point Break.
It is Point Break. He's living like Point Break. So tell me about your life, Andy.
Well, yeah, you're pretty close there. No, skydiving's been great to me. It has taken me around the world, afforded me a lot of free time, and all expense paid travel, and so yeah, I do that. That took a slowdown like anything during the pandemic, but that just gave me a chance to work at home, which I hadn't done in a while.
Yeah.
So working at home was a nice change of pace. Made the best of it.
Serious skydiving question, hotshot. If you were in a plane with a boner and you came, could you beat your cum to the ground?
Yes.
Well, yeah, because it flies up.
No problem.
You ever see the poor mountain?
I want to see that video.
Gotta come down eventually.
But I mean, you do like. How do you plan out like next year? It's like it's just one cool trip after another, one place. You can go wherever you want,
Yeah,
right?
you're trying to hit places you've never
do you
been,
fall
or-
into a routine? You've got to, right? Like you're getting old too. We're all getting old.
Why are you forcing this man to be old?
I was just bullying Dre for using a beard dye because
Was
out
he?
of because out of all our friends, he's got a jet black
he's jet
magician
black.
beard.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, everybody, including me, I can't even grow a beard, and I have a gray beard. I'm like, you dye your beard. And,
It's real black.
I force him to tell everybody because I.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's like everybody's.
What, at gunpoint?
Everybody's standing
Tell
there.
everybody about your beard.
Everybody's standing there. We're all our friends together, and we all known each other for 25 years. Everybody has gray beards and then jet black magician beard. It's like, well, it's obvious. It's obvious. Someone should talk about it. Anyway.
Why? You could just let him live his life,
Yeah,
man.
just let him have his dark beard.
Well, he's also he's like, I'm better than you with that black beard.
But it does look better.
It does. It does. He looks younger. He
You
looks
should
the
just
youngest.
Make your face black.
Yeah, I did that once. It didn't go as well as I thought. Anyway.
So, do you have a list of places that maybe or things that you haven't accomplished in skydiving or traveling that you want to do?
Yes and no. I think about it, but if I want to prioritize it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's sort of stuff that is in your brain. Maybe you'll make it happen one day, maybe you won't, and I'm fine with that either way. But to answer your question before, a lot of the jobs I do are annual, so I kind of have those anchor points on my calendar. Those come up every year, and then I just fill in the spots, Like I had these dates on my calendar to do a job that actually didn't end up materializing, so I'm like, I'll go to Florida, hang out with you guys, and see my mom, and see a bunch of people, so works out for me either way.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that do festival work, and that's how they anchor themselves with the festivals that they know they're going to do, and then they do the same thing. They go to destinations that they want to achieve in between, and then if other things come about, it's a strange way of doing business that I probably couldn't do because I would get too much anxiety about it.
Yeah, a little anxiety-inducing if jobs you were sort of thinking about and counting on just fall through all of a sudden.
Right.
Let's talk about living your life around logic and being I look at logic like a religion where I try to live my life
I see,
only
you come in with your
logical
robes on, your logic robes.
And it's caused lots of problems.
I think you
almost only problems.
I feel like you're dabbling.
Onlyproblems.com.
I feel like you're dabbling with logic, but you're not fully committed like Andy is. So that's what gets you into trouble.
Yeah.
Well, Tom,
You
it's
can't-
not logical. He likes to claim that he is.
Right.
But he is not.
I am confused by the concept.
Yeah, I think you're confused. You're like the guy that thinks
because the Messiah of Logic left, and then I was like, well, I think this is logical, and then
I
everyone's
got
yelling
enough
at
to do it. I'm the new Logic Man. I'm
Oh,
Orlando's
he tried to
new
claim the
Logic.
title.
Crystal's yelling. Everybody's yelling at my kids. They're like,
kids? They don't yell at you.
Daddy's drunk.
That's a new thing. That's a new thing. He claimed his sons had never seen him drunk.
They haven't.
What about yesterday, buddy?
They saw you yesterday.
Oh.
Well, they saw me and they didn't notice just laying on the couch, sunburned face. I'm like, I feel under the weather.
Daddy's face is red and he smells like 1,000 beers.
So, Andy, do you find it harder and harder to live your life of logic, or now is it easier that you've practiced
That's a
it
good question.
I mean, nearly your entire life at this point, right?
Yeah, no, I think the logic becomes muscle memory, yeah?
But has it caused as much problems? As it
Probably.
Okay.
Does it tear relationships apart at times?
Yeah, no, I think I'm single for probably good reason. And I think,
Right.
I think I divvy out good advice that maybe I just can't follow myself.
Oh my God, hold on, that's what you do.
When it comes to relationships.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's counterproductive to a family life with a wife, and then interaction with other people. They all get mad because they're like,
why am I here? There's no need for me to be here. I'm making a logical decision. Yeah.
And then you're in your camper at the drop zone, and then after the bunnies leave, you can be by yourself and just, you're checking a crypto.
Yeah.
And then
Is that what you do
live
after
your
the
life
bunnies
up.
leave?
Yeah, you look at your
You
charts.
ask them to leave. You're in the
charts as
camper.
soon as the bunnies leave.
Yeah. You check, and you go right. You're like, I thought they'd never leave. Right to the crypto.
And you're living your life of discipline and logic, and you have your routine.
You make yourself like a smoothie with some greens in it, some protein. You get something ultra healthy.
Andy was our only friend that had like a nighttime routine. He used.
I watched him on the camping trip. He'd go down to the river, he'd wash himself, and then he would start moisturizing his body. And he'd have
It's logical.
But he had different
Yeah.
moisturizers, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You had one that you used on your face, and the other ones you used on your body. I mean, I just give me some lard, I'll rub it all over my body.
All of us are making fun of it. Now we're all sunburned.
Oh my God, wrinkle crazy.
I got cancer now.
I look like an old
He was
raisin.
right.
I look like
did
an
it.
old raisin that somebody rolled in gray hair.
All right. So, let's take a break.
Okay.
And then when we come back, I want to talk about Andy's movie.
Yeah, I want to talk about Andy's movie.
I don't want to call the other director.
Is it Drop Zone Bunnies? Is that the name of the movie?
No, but
It's about
make that.
skydiving, and so I'll tell you a story about me
you and
Crystal
I
watching it.
should write a skydiving porno.
Okay, all right.
Horror porno.
I know someone who can film it.
Skydiving a horror porno.
When's the last time you filmed a porno?
2008.
Oh, all right.
Damn, he knows it.
He knows. It's burned
That's
to
because
his
he's
brain.
straight edge, dude.
Was that the gay?
I couldn't even
was
tell
that
you
the
when
gay
I was in
porno?
radio.
No, it was a
He
black.
doesn't even know
it
his
was a
son's
black
birthday.
It was a black porno.
Oh, really? What was it?
Don't say that.
Do you
Put you out of the business. You got to say you had one more after that. You got to.
What was the name of it? I don't remember. Anyway, all right.
Give me. A couple
I got more
seconds.
questions about the porno.
Give me a couple seconds. I'll write a title for
Well,
that.
the porn industry is dead. I think it doesn't
Yeah, it's dead.
like the.
OnlyFans has killed it.
Well, not OnlyFans, but all the sites that just curated 1,000 hours of free porn. Like no one pays for it anymore. Is it?
I think that's accurate. Whenever I touch base with my old porno boss, he definitely
Help!
Is he
reiterates
still
that.
doing some of it?
No, he's not. He's out of the
What
business
is he
as
doing?
well.
What's he own?
He's a
he owns.
he's a
I own
mainstream
17
director, too.
blimpies down there.
So yeah, there's very few. Everybody's just making their own content, right? And then
As far as I can tell, yeah.
That's what it seems like. to
It
me.
doesn't seem as glamorous when all the ugly people started doing
Although
it.
someone's still making free use because that
Yeah.
looks new.
Free you. Well, you're obsessed with it now. And I think I've had everything. I've said this guy. I've had a nickel for every time Tom mentioned free use.
You know free use, Andy?
Free use?
Oh my God!
we beat it. We beat Logic Man.
How you know about
We
free use?
outpornoed you. We outpornoed you.
First time in my life.
I have secretly wanted to outporno you since I've known you. It was like almost 20 years coming up on me, probably.
Yeah, Andy's always told me about the news.
He always gives me the new
He
stuff.
told me about Gonzo when it first
Yeah,
came out.
free
He's like,
use.
Gonzo?
Free
I'm like,
use is the
nose. Gonzo with the nose? And he's like, no. And then
I
free
still
use.
think that. I still like if somebody says it's Gonzo, I still go, oh yeah, the Muppet, and then I go, no, you idiot. I have to correct myself.
Anyway, yeah, look up free use. Look it up tonight.
It'll change your life.
All right.
All right, so you want to take a little break?
Yeah.
All right, here. Oh, the last band was the Rural Alberta Advantage. Sorry, I couldn't read my iTunes. I don't have my glasses. The name of this band is Florian's Creek. The name of the song is Sucks. We'll be back with more Mediocre Time momentarily. 1-844-TOMNTAN if you want to call us.
I was your safe place away from home. I gave you everything.
We've been spending a ton of time in the Amway, and I forgot how just basic Amway food can be. But because they have gringos, my family goes there every single time because my daughter and your wife will attest. They're addicted to Gringo's queso. It is really good queso.
Yep, you go get a double D. It's so much better than the gray hot dog at Amway.
You don't want any of that. You get yourself a big-ass beer, some double Ds, and sit there and eat good food, not some stinky old hot dog.
Yeah, maybe treat yourself with some food delivery during the week. Get some Gringos. I mean, they've got multiple locations.
Yeah.
So they got UCF location. They've got the original location, downtown Orlando.
Well, now they have a catering commissary area where, I mean, how big of an event do you want to roll?
Yeah, that's in...
They're big time now, and they can whip up some catering in a jiff.
Yeah, also get food delivered to you from there. Of course, the Michigan Avenue location, Milk District. If you go to gringoslocos.com, you can find all their locations and find out about their careers.
Yep.
So if you have someone in your life that's looking for a job, maybe a first-time job, Gringos is a great company. And like I said, multiple locations, always hiring. And like Daniel said, if you want some great catering for any occasion, party.
Well, now they can do big boy party. I mean, you got a banquet and you want to go crazy, you got 250 people, they can do it. But if you got 12 people and you just want to show out.
Yeah, and also tell them you're a BDM or Tom and Dan listener, 10% off your catering. So all of that at gringoslocos.com.
One more. That is Harbor. The name of the song is Fish Tank. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
So I've been waiting to talk to Andy about the movie that he's made. For a little bit now.
I don't think all of our
Hex.
Yeah, I don't think all of our listeners know that Logic Man Andy Treehorn. You've heard him in here multiple times.
Malchiotti.
He made a. I didn't know we were allowed to give it his real name.
Well, it's on the movie as a director.
Okay, good. But what's cool about this is that this is a legit.
People are gonna think it's Andy Treehorn.
I mean, I like saying we've always said Andy Treehorn. For years we said that.
Well, that's his when he's a porn director.
Yeah, I know.
You have to have a fake name so that people. I don't even know why.
Was that a direct reference to Jackie Treehorn?
It was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at this point, it can never go back and haunt you.
Not when you write your own ticket like me.
There you go.
That's what I thought, and it's haunting me now.
Haunting me good.
My sons are starting to look. Tommy said, I saw you on YouTube drunk.
They have no restrictions on YouTube, by the way.
He did say that, but unfortunately, it's his fault because he put them on regular YouTube, not YouTube Kids.
Well, they
totally different, dudes.
They could just get on there.
You can restrict it, though.
They go to the E, and then they type in YouTube, and they get on there. They found a loophole around.
I don't think I did.
They go to the compass, and they type in YouTube. How the fuck do I block the compass? Sorry.
You got to put a parental blocker on your web browser, dude.
We'll talk about all that in a second. But there's so many other things that use my phone. Anyway, so let's talk about the movie Hex. And the other director of the movie Hex is on the line. Chris Johnson. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, pretty good. How you guys doing?
Good. Hey, thanks for the time, man. We appreciate you making a little time for us today.
Yeah, no worries.
Chris, I met Chris, God, when was it, Andy?
2004.
2004.
God, Andy knows all the dates.
He's not on drugs and alcohol.
Last porno, 2008.
Oh, my God. It has affected my brain. I said it.
You've never done drugs and alcohol, right?
Nah.
He's never done it.
Look at that.
And then I've
Hold
done
on.
this is a perfect study.
I'm going to put it. Look at that. Look how good he looks. Look good as hell. Look how handsome.
When we called Chris,
Good
I was like,
teeth.
Can't stop smiling.
I was like, is that the
looks
same
good.
Chris that I
Skin
met?
looks amazing.
I can't even remember anything.
Jesus, man.
Sometimes I leave the building. I'm like, where am I?
Oh, my God.
I forgot to go to the bathroom earlier, like today, and then I went into the bathroom, and I was like, why am I here?
Oh, no.
It'll get you.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry. So back.
Yeah, last time I saw TC, we were jumping out of a truck bed into another truck bed in a bear suit. I was skydiving in a bear suit, and then I went to work, and you guys were still filming at my house, and I got this call in the middle of my session at work, and it was Andy, and he was like, "What looks more like cocaine, sugar or like salt or something?" And I was like, "Dude, are you an amateur?" Like, powdered sugar, of course. And he's like, "Oh, okay, great." And then he hung up, and I was like, "All right."
Yeah. Oh, I like this.
We filmed the scene in Counterparts.
It's my favorite scene because I'm horny. I'm so horny. It's my favorite scene. Like, it's the one that I've seen the most out of Counterparts.
And Chris's living room.
Yeah, with Cherry Popper.
Pre-Cherry Popper.
Oh, it was pre-Cherry Popper.
Yeah. Andy, back then, he had he's like, the porn industry shut down. Everybody's got AIDS. So they'll all agree to be in our movie.
Yeah, for cheap.
Real
cheap.
And she'll come, and then she'll be
Thank
nude.
you, AIDS. He didn't scream "Thank you, AIDS." No one has ever screamed. No one has ever screamed "Thank you, AIDS."
So, all right, let's talk about Hex.
AIDS is a hex.
So you could find Hex on Amazon Prime and then also Apple TV.
Yep.
I just bought it on Tuesday. Me and Crystal watched it.
You said you found it stream on Reddit and you stole it.
No, I don't. Why'd you say that? I bought it, and then I wondered. I was like, I wonder if they could see that I bought it. If I came up on Andy's email,
Did you screenshot it in case he had it? Look at there.
That's not how that works.
Right there on my Russell Simmons Rush card.
So I know you guys experienced a lot of delays when.
Oh yeah, bring up the stuff they hated.
Well, because it's interesting about making your own movie and how hard it is.
Oh, so hard.
Because I don't think people appreciate what it takes to make a movie and then get it distributed. Just to put it together is an insane amount of work. I mean, shit. When we did that scene in 2004 for Counterparts, what was it? 2.5 minutes, and it took us 5 days of filming.
It was good though.
2.5 minutes.
Really good.
But that was my first introduction of how hard it is to film something and put it just every location is a pain in the ass all day long. So what are some of the delays that you experienced, Chris?
Well, I mean, to be fair, something like Counterparts, it's of course an epic tale of debauchery and shenanigans, but every single thing is a stunt, really. So it takes forever to do all that stuff, especially when you're like, "Well, he didn't die. Do it again." So we do for a movie, it's a little bit easier, and filming a movie, not that. I mean, it's hard, but it's not that hard. It's really doing everything you have to do after the fact is more challenging, especially when the budget is a challenge. So you're expecting to be able to fix stuff in post-production, which is sort of where I come from post-production, so I'm familiar with that world to a pretty significant degree. And then, you sit there and you look at it on your computer and you're like, good God, can I make this be better? Because there's this and that. And, I mean, we did a stunt thing where we had him base jump off a cliff. And I don't know what I was thinking on the day, but, I get the footage back. And, of course, we could only get people to make one jump for us each. So we had to film it from above and from below. And so I'm at the bottom with a camera filming up. We have a guy at the top with the camera filming down. And I'm wearing a bright red shirt in the shot, standing there, with the camera on the thing. And I'm like, oh, I have to cut that out, I guess. I like it. And those things, every single thing like that is visual effects. So you end up just, one VFX shot, another VFX shot. So I think we had something in the neighborhood of 400 visual effects shots just because we didn't have control of everything. We couldn't really make everything be the way we wished on the set on the day. So, you fix that stuff up in post. And I had thought, I have a bunch of friends who do VFX, and I was like, man, I'm going to get my buddies to do this, and it's going to be great. And then I said, hey, do this. And they were like, no, I can't do it at work, and I don't have a powerful enough computer at home. And I was like, no. So I ended up doing every single shot.
Oh, my God.
I'm reasonable at VFX, but I'm no, super O-Rama guy. So, it was a challenge for sure.
Yeah, that stuff is so hard.
That,
you work forever on a tiny little. How long, just to give like people that don't edit video or do visual effects, how long would one scene take? Like if you had to drop out you in the red shirt out of one scene and tidy that up and make it look good, how long? Let's give people maybe a ballpark.
Like just to delete myself in a handheld shot, which is what it was, and that makes it so much harder.
Right.
It was probably like 6 hours per shot, and there were 6 people jumping, or 5 people actually jumping on camera. So can't remember if we used every single shot from above, but we used a lot of them. So, and then it's like every single little thing. One guy, we were doing static line jumps, so their pilot chute, the thing that deploys their parachute, is attached to the side of the cliff. And it's a whole thing to actually make a jump on these short little cliffs that we were jumping. And so, but in the movie, they're just holding the pilot chute, their deployment handle in their hand, basically. And then they jump off, and I'm like, oh, well, I have to delete the, cable that connects their deployment thing from the side of the cliff. And then I have to add, so, just that scene where all these guys jump off a cliff, I mean, it's probably 2 weeks worth of visual effects work to get it to look reasonable.
Right.
So I want to ask how lucrative this all is at the end of it, because I hear people make movies all the time, and then it has to be a passion project, because they all tell me that it's impossible to make money, that you'll be lucky to even make your money back after it's done.
I don't know one filmmaker buddy of mine that's ever made his money back.
Yeah. And then it's
you know how hard we had to work to get Kirk his money back when he did our documentary? Oh, my God. And I don't think we got his money back.
I think he's
I think he hates our guts now.
That's how he buys the sub shop.
Oh, my God, he bought the blimpies. Oh, my God, that's who I was talking about. He did. So he moved to L.A. Well, he was in L.A. And he's like, I'm out of this film crap. I'm buying a blimpie.
When this movie, people that make movies, they tell me like how hard it is, how much time they put into it.
I don't know one buddy that made his money back.
And then they're like, and we've lost money. Yeah. And they're like, well, why'd you do it? And then they're like, oh, we love it. I'm like, all right.
You don't understand that because love's an emotion.
That's how I'm trying to practice my logic religion. I don't understand what Andy did.
His name's Andy. I'm Daniel.
Well, I mean,
you don't know where you are, Daniel.
It's the drugs and alcohol.
He doesn't know where he's at.
Sorry. Anyway, do you make any money?
When it comes to that, I mean, love's not going to pay your rent, right? So
that's what Tom says.
And at the very beginning of this project, we were like, we're going to do, this is a business venture. We are going to see if we can do this and actually, at least make some money. And so we did, our idea was, well, we're going to make a movie and we're just going to try to get all the parts of it right. And, to our credit, we almost did. There was a few details that we could have got a little bit better, which would have made a big difference. But at the end of the day, this was a business proposition, and, we wanted to make a movie that we liked. We didn't want to love it, because it's been my experience. I've worked with a lot of new directors and, in different capacities and stuff. And anytime they're like, this movie is my baby, I'll almost always say, I'm not working with you, because if you're so attached to it like that, if you can't make fun of it, you're going to make bad decisions on behalf of it. So we wanted to make a movie that we liked. We didn't want to love it. We wanted to be able to beat it up and, make fun of it if we, felt like it. And,
well, that's what we do with this show.
Yeah.
Every day when I'm done with it, I'm like,
I hate it. It's not that good. Yeah. Well, good thing, because it's not my baby.
Yeah.
Just okay. So we actually did get really lucky, timing. A lot of things worked in our favor. And one of the things, quite honestly, that worked in our favor that was extreme accidental on our part was we wanted to make a movie that looked like more expensive than it was. We have access to, obviously, airplanes and skydivers and stunt people and, a lot of that kind of stuff, which typically is extremely expensive for people. But for us, not so much, because we're us. Every single one of us who's a producer is a skydiver and or a base jumper and all that. So, I
like that. Did you guys ever do produced by skydivers for skydivers. I like it when people do that.
No,
I like that. I love it when they do that.
We got some, slack on YouTube for people like, well, obviously the guys that made this aren't skydivers, and I was like laughing about it. And
but nobody with more than 1,000 jumps thought that. Just the true amateurs.
Right.
And in the trailer, it's like at 20,000 feet, this crazy stuff is going to happen. And guess what? Like, I didn't make that trailer. Lionsgate made the trailer, got the VO guys, wrote the voiceover and stuff. And I was like, well, almost 20,000 feet, more like 13, but that's okay.
It doesn't sound as good.
That's fine.
Yeah, 20, 13.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
I thought,
wait a minute, Tom's just totally fine. This guy just said totally fine. Perfectly fine.
Well, Chris is a listener.
Totally fine, perfectly fine.
But, you know what's funny is that I always thought that you gave them all the trailers and everything. You, cut those
Play
yourself.
this, Lionsgate.
I didn't realize that, another company, once you give it to Lionsgate, they cut their own trailers.
Mr.
So that was the first. Interestingly, that was the first thing that got done on behalf of the movie, not by our own hands.
And I'm sure when they
I was
said,
so in love with it, I'm like, this trailer is not that great, but I love it because I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But Andy, don't you, as what I tell people, the best skydiver in the world?
Yeah, he does say that. He goes,
At one time,
in the world.
At one time, he was. Yeah. But don't you get embarrassed that other your skydiving friends will see the trailer, the trailer saying 20,000 feet, and be like, "How is a mistake?" No one jumps at 20,000.
People who know it without us telling them.
How accurate do you think movies are?
Well, skydivers are logical.
You're watching man or
It's not a documentary.
not caring. It's not the logic man that I follow my religion.
But if skydivers are logical, and a lot of them are, they're going to watch this and be like, well, I'm not watching it because the trailer from Jump is already wrong.
Even Logic Man has a problem sustaining logic over 10 years. Eventually just like, whatever. It's fine. Just whatever.
Perfectly fine.
Exactly.
I got the perfectly fine. So Chris, now that it's done and it's out and people are watching it,
and it's called Hex.
I always wonder, do you look at every review that's left and see?
I do.
I know
Especially the one that says, "Don't call Dan. Dan doesn't call his mom anymore. Well, she died. Or I can't call her anymore."
Or is it like you said? You make this movie and you're like, "All right, I'm not in love with it because you can't be because."
That's what I tell my wife. I say, "I can't be in love with you. I'm trying to make you a better person. If I'm in love with you, I'm going to make the wrong decisions."
So do you watch look at every review and follow that stuff?
Nope, my wife does that, and she goes, "They said this," and I go, "I don't care."
I like that. What about
my
you,
wife
Andy?
doesn't do that.
Same. Yeah. If someone tells me
his
about
wife
it,
tells
it's
you about
entertaining enough, I might go look at it if I find it to be entertaining, but otherwise I don't search it out.
Man, my wife gets hot about it, though. She was like, there's so many inaccuracies in this review. I'm telling them to take it down.
I like that. I like her.
She get mad, and because I think, I don't know, for me, I'm like, exactly what I said. Like, we made a movie that was the best movie for the circumstance and the budget that we could make, and, we did, it's probably the most honest skydiving movie that exists because we just did all the skydiving.
Dennis never lied.
Every single time somebody's got a malfunctioning parachute and they're spiraling to their death, that really happened. And in fact, the first time we did the first one where you see old Logic Man Andy go piling in at the very front of the movie.
Yes.
We were trying to figure out, how do we make this parachute, malfunction? Because he was using one of my old parachutes.
You got to stab it 100 times with a Rambo knife.
I was going to ask you about that.
Mess it up. Yeah. Good.
We sat there, and we're like, well, okay. And so we're, standing on the packing mat, and he's like, well, I'm going to tie a thing around here. And I was like, yeah, that looks good. I feel like that's not going to work at all. And he was like, all right. So packed it up and, went up in the airplane, and I was standing on the ground, and he got out low so that we could get the parachute back. Because if he gets out at 13,000 feet and cuts that thing away, it's gone forever, and it's expensive. So he gets out at 5,000 feet so that he can ride that thing for a little bit. And he got out, and I was watching him from the ground, and he spun a little bit. I was like, well, that wasn't very exciting looking. And
not violent enough.
He cut it away, got down, and we were both like, well, that sucked. And he was like, well, maybe if I just fire this brake line. So he made one adjustment, and I was like, yeah, try that. So he goes up, and I'm watching him, and he got out, and it opened so hard and immediately started spinning to a level that I was like, oh, we killed Andy.
Oh, my God. I don't even like this story, man. Like,
hold on.
And then he cuts the thing away, like, gets down, and he comes walking up. His face is all bloody because the, ripcord hit him in the face when he cut it away. And he was like, well, that was something. And I was like,
that sounds like Andy. Yeah. Well, I think that's what we're looking for.
Hold on. So you
very calm.
You packed your initial shoot to purposely get entangled for the movie.
Correct.
Did you have 2 then other backups?
Yeah, 3 total.
Yeah, you have to have 3. So, basically the rule is anyone who jumps out of an airplane on purpose has to have 2 parachutes, no exceptions. That's the rule. So if you are going to intentionally sabotage a parachute, you just add a 3rd one. So that one's not packed up. It just gets sort of held in the airplane, and he gets out. It immediately opens, and it's on a separate cutaway. So he can do whatever he wants for, however long he feels like he can ride that thing before he passes out and then cut it away.
Oh,
and I really thought, he might pass out because that's happened before, violent malfunctions and a hard spin, and you ride it for too long trying to monkey around with it. And all the
I
blood
passed out getting a syphilis test one time in a very bad area of Orlando.
Now, I will say that Tommy, my son Tommy, was super close to becoming a man a couple days ago because
what does that mean?
Because me and Crystal were watching the movie, and then the boys will come out and get water because they're in their playroom watching some YouTube.
Yeah, watching Daddy drunk on YouTube.
Yeah, they're watching. We're watching you drunk in here.
Frosty the Butt Man.
I need more water. Frosty's the Butt Man.
And then, I'm not joking. As soon as Tommy's walking by the TV, as I see a pair of titties.
This movie's got titties. You didn't tell me you put titties.
Whoa! I was like,
drop some titties.
Nobody told me that Hex had titties.
No, Chris was very insistent. If we hope to sell this movie, it must have titties, which I put up very little argument.
Chris ruled.
I Jay Leno screamed, there it is. So I was like, if Andy directed this, it's got titties somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's the thing, man. I've seen people make movies, low-budget horror movies, and, the whole movie goes by, and I turn to the director, I'm like, where's the boobs? And he's like, yeah, the lead actress was supposed to do it, but turned out her boyfriend is the financier, and he didn't want it, so we don't have it. And I was like, all right. And
then
they came back 3 months later and added boobs. No kidding. And then the thing got sold. So.
Even Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey has boobs. That initial hot tub scene, I don't want to know spoilers, but the initial hot tub scene,
Chris,
Winnie's out there, he's whacking them good.
Congratulations on the movie. Again, it's Hex.
Thank you very much.
And you can find it on Amazon Prime or Apple TV.
TV, yep.
And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, do you still have the plane you were building?
Yeah, built the plane, test flew it, didn't even burn to death at all, and no crashes, so totally fine.
God,
Totally fine.
It's that's something like building your own plane and then flying it around.
You're going to build something? Or
why it's so hard.
It is hard.
You're going to build a powered paraglider?
You're going to get a wife that is I can't even buy a stand-up jet ski anymore.
You had a stand-up jet ski. You rode it one time.
But it just sits in the goddamn garage, and I'm like, I never have time.
And then you sold it.
Then a 2-stroke, if fucking carbs go bad, and I'm like, fuck.
Why don't you build a one-wheel from scratch?
No, it's too hard. I just have to
buy the
one.
components.
Can't even, you have no time to ride it. Anyway, all right, Chris, we'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. It's sad.
All right, man. See you, Chris. Thanks for listening, man. See you.
Man.
That's pretty awesome. So titties in the movie. They flying titties, or she's walking by afterwards? She's changing out of her suit, or is it man's titties?
That's traditional skydiving, culture. The tandem student or a licensed skydiver will flash the boobs to the pilot to get more altitude. For the skydive.
Is that a real thing?
It is a real thing. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So
wait, to get more altitude, you flash your boobs.
You bribe them with boobs?
Yeah. You bribe the pilot with titties.
Yeah, it's
my God.
I'd
stop at 7-Eleven yesterday.
7-Eleven.
We were coming back. I'll do anything.
That work. That actually
that'll work.
works.
If you pull your dick out, I'll pull it out. No, that's fine. That's fine. Anybody shows me their genitals riding in my car, I'll pull into a 7-Eleven and get you a treat.
Yeah.
Get you a Slim Jim and nachos.
It does help that like drop zones, I imagine, are like, kind of stuck still in the 90s.
Well, it's a unique environment. You know, there's not that many environments where like the entire spectrum, socioeconomic spectrum, gets together. You don't really see anywhere else where doctors hang out with mechanics, and you know.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's really unique in that sense.
You're right.
The sky is the great equalizer. Everybody's the same up there.
What's
Is it like that? Yeah, I like that.
That could
Okay.
be.
I think that's cool.
Let's end with skydiving because I saw I was getting.
Should I do it before I die? I got to do it, right? At least once before I die.
Go with Andy.
I
We
would
can
go with
today.
Andy. I would go. No, you go today.
Have him tell you nothing like I did. It's the greatest. It's the best experience because you just go up there. Andy will be there, strap it. You have no idea what to do.
I can't sit like you. Like you don't even want to be there. You're sitting there like you're mad. It's skydiving.
And you just walk in and jump out, and because when you jump out, you're like, I've learned nothing.
Is that what you're yelling? I know
In
nothing.
your mind, I'm like, I've prepared none. I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know what we should be doing. Nothing.
That's you every day, though.
I know. That's what's so good about it.
And then you don't have your glasses, and you sit at your desk and you try to see the calendar, and you squint.
Anyway,
And you say the wrong numbers for our sponsors, and I got to edit it.
How did that edit come out?
It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, I got excited. And this was, when did the guy jump and then land in the big ass nets?
Luke Aikens. That was a few years back. That was pre-pandemic.
Okay, so there was a few years back, people started doing some like major stunts, and then it was the jump out of the plane without a chute, and then you land in these huge nets that they have.
I remember watching that. That was pretty cool.
And then it was like old Bumgardner and the highest skydive.
Also, you and I were watching.
2016.
We were watching a lot of proximity flying.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we were,
yeah.
we were watching a lot of videos.
And then I heard rumors that someone was going to try to proximity fly and land,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, like fly down a snow mountain and land, without a chute, just
Just
land
fly down
on
and
the
land.
snow. And then so I was getting excited, like, oh, there's going to be people are going to start doing some stunts, the televised or whatever. We'll see them on the internet. So, but then it kind of just stopped it there. And then I was thinking, like, there's only, I guess, so much you could do.
What's the newest thing now?
is there any
something?
new
Well, they
thing?
did the guy, I forget his name. He did the cardboard box landing on the wingsuit.
Oh yeah.
Tom was saying, these guys stealing my bed.
I forgot about the cardboard box landing. Although it would have been so much better if it was like, because I don't like the part. I know this is hypocritical because I too have jumped in boxes.
Yeah, I'm literally waiting to hear what you have to
Here
say.
we go.
I'm like, hold on a second. What the hell is happening here? He's like, hold on.
Everybody's terrible at it, but me.
Yeah.
I don't like when you land in the box, you disappear. And then,
you always did that. And then you have to wait. No, the part of the fun is like, oh my God, is he dead in there? Is he dead? And then you go, yeah! And you jump back out. And
Well,
it's
now,
like,
if there were clear boxes somehow, I don't know how you do
clear
that.
boxes.
I'm just saying, I want to see the
you
person
want the
land.
Invisalign block.
I guess that's why you land in that giant net.
So people can see and make sure you're really there.
Although there seems to be not too much you can mess up with the giant net because unless you land it on the outside,
No, that'd be a stinger.
I like the idea of proximity flying into a slope, and then you have to be super technical about it, and then you land.
I like the idea of hitting the net and then flying away a little bit. Like you hit the net, whoa, back all the other way, fly, land.
So, is there any new stunt that's people are planning?
Not that I've seen. I mean, probably there is, but I don't know.
Are people pushing the limits in skydiving now? What are the new trends?
It's all proximity flying, right? It's all wingsuits.
Like, where is everybody now?
I think the trend, the limit pushing, is in the faster starts on the wingsuit proximity flying. Because if you have an overhung cliff, your initial danger is quite low. Right, you're going to get the wingsuit flying. You have all the margin for error in the world. But now, and those are only found in Europe for the most part, but now in places like Utah, they're doing it, but there's zero margin for error. Like, you have to get the suit flying immediately. And
if you don't, you die.
Yes.
Okay. There's no other backup at all.
No.
Okay.
So
put some motors in my shoes.
Wow.
Got some shoe fans.
Yeah.
So
I do nothing where the next minute I could die.
nothing.
Nothing.
I every time I'll be scanning the TikTok or whatever, and then I'll see there's this Red Bull proximity flying under canopy skier, which Andy was learning how to do. We were skiing in Colorado. He's learning how to be a better skier so he could be under canopy and then do the move where you ski down a mountain and then you fly to another. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's called the James Bond. You are a secret agent. If you can ski fly, you're a secret agent.
And I'm I can't wait. And then I saw all of a sudden it was Red Bull guy doing it. He's in Germany and he's grinding on the top of goddamn gondolas.
That was a great bit.
Yeah. And then and then when it's not Andy, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, Andy was supposed to be this guy, and when he's skiing on top of fucking German chateaus, down
and then flies a little bit.
And then flies a little more, and it's awesome. How can you do that, Andy?
I'm getting to it.
Wouldn't that make you feel bad though if you're out there with just wouldn't you buy a snowboard, the Salvation Army, and then you're going down there and this guy's flying around? Wouldn't that make you feel?
It's awesome,
but I can't see where that works. I feel like it would challenge your masculinity. You would be upset. Your boys would be like, Andy, Uncle Andy, Uncle Logic, Uncle Logic. They'd be clapping. They'd say they love him, and then you'd be like, watch this, boys, 360. Watch 360.
I tell my sons, I'm like, I'm friends with that guy.
Okay.
Because I realize it's
not your
I ribs with this dude.
Because it's
well put, Sam. Excellent.
I'm smart enough to know this is never going to happen.
I think Sam and I know you well enough to know that if Andy's flying around and you're doing 360s, that you're going to be upset and you're going to be like, well, I can do it.
I mean, that's
and it's just a matter of time before he's going to want to try it.
Well,
right?
if he's better at just regular skiing, then I'm mad. But if it's flying around, it's like, well, this is impossible to learn.
Do you think that you could ever go against your own self and be organized enough to pack your own chute and trust it, and then jump out you're in charge of your own safety? Is what I'm saying.
Back when we were filming Counterparts, and I was going to the drop zone, and he was I saw him pack a suit. And I was watching other.
It's a chute, not a suit.
Oh, sorry.
Rub it into your shirt. He called it a suit.
No, pack the chute, and I was like, we should do a bit where I just from memory and what I watched, I'll try to pack a parachute and then I'll jump and see if it works.
And then Andy will be on the ground.
I'm glad we didn't do that.
That's the dumbest idea. Who thought of that?
We had a lot of dumb ideas. We wanted to give the Grizz cat AIDS one.
Hold on. I'm listening.
We wanted to get a vial of cat AIDS and put it in the.
You want to kill your friend?
No,
I don't think humans can die of feline AIDS.
I
don't even think they can get it.
We just wanted to pour it in his beer, and then when he drank it, screamed, "You
drank AIDS."
There's a lot of things that got
Logic was laughing a little too hard at that. He's like, I forgot about that one. Not my least logical moment.
A lot of things got left on the cutting room floor.
Jesus Christ!
It's a different time. Also,
I'm crying. That's so stupid. Guys.
I swore to Andy when we were younger that I'd never be embarrassed by the stuff we did.
Pretty embarrassed.
Well, now I'm like
the AIDS thing.
No, just some of the stuff in the Counterparts.
The mustard bottle. Yeah. Mustard bottle is pretty.
Well, no, that's not on the internet. I was like peeing on some guy. I'm like, oh god, my sons are gonna not have any respect for me.
They're already saying they see you on the internet drunk. How do they see you? Wait, have you asked them, or do you get too freaked out to get to the bottom of it?
They're making it up. That's not true.
Next
time you see him, Dan, you better ask them.
No.
I'm like, what video are you referencing?
If I were Tom, I would calm down because I know it rattles you. You probably black out. You're like, oh, it's all real. But if you you need to get to the bottom of that.
I told Tommy, I was like, what video are you talking about?
You need to go through his history.
Just go through his history.
Just go through his history. You can see exactly what he wants. What if there
it's something?
What if there's
What if it's a new one that he took from his iPad that just says, my dad drunk?
The Hasselhoff?
He can upload his own, right?
Okay. It could have been from yesterday.
Maybe as a couple where she's like, hey guys, we're going to do a makeup challenge. And I'm like, we're
my dad in the background drunk.
No, I stay here to drink. Tom knows that. You stay here. That's why do you think I hide here and drink?
Yeah.
And
That's what a real man
does. And I
does.
get home and they're like, "Are you drunk?" I was like, "Impossible. There's no booze in the studio. You fucking idiots." I mean, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that.
All right.
Demons coming out.
Let's get out of here.
God.
Sam?
I cannot
Yes.
believe that you guys tried to give Grizz AIDS. I'm literally, I'm floored.
That was just an idea.
Does he know?
Brainstorm.
Does he know?
The brain, I think the
Brainstorming. You called it brainstorming.
the cocktails took place of that. Which,
Oh, my
he's a
God.
military veteran.
Thank you for your service. Here's some AIDS.
Yeah. Some of my friends got real bad videos out there.
Blackmail.
Yeah.
Oh, it's real
There's
bad.
that video for the last amateur
Oh,
we
they
were
can't
just
see
on.
that. Oh, they'll never have respect for it.
All right.
Real bad.
Plug some things.
I didn't have respect when I saw it when I was 20.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Semantics this weekend.
Yes, we're actually recording an episode tonight with our friend Christine. You may know her in the Twitch chat as Pig Tits Christine.
Pig Tits.
As well as her husband, Thick Nick, from the band Aura Subversor.
All right.
Also, come out to MyCon on March 18th. I will be there. I'll be sharing a table with Eric Pabone, and we're going to be doing a live broadcast out there.
I love it.
Andy, you got anything to plug besides the movie?
No, movie's good, man. Great to be here. Great to see you guys.
Hex. Go see the movie, Apple TV, and what is it? Amazon Prime.
Yep. And we'll see you on Monday for the BDM show. And again, if you're not a BDM and you want to sign up, we got a BDM appreciation coming up. We got
It's
some
gonna be
ideas.
fun. It's gonna be fun this year.
And we try to do that every year now. And so if you want to support the show, you want to be a part of a community, sign up. It's at tomanddan.com.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much for listening, and bye-bye.
Hold it, fellas. Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.